What's up and welcome back to Crossplay. Right now we're about to do a 12 minutes kind of spoiler cast kind of thing. Both Ignacio and myself have beaten it, and we just have to talk about this game because holy moly, this game was wild. So if you were listening to our podcast, we already kind of gave our spoiler-free thoughts. Which I don't know how Alan is going to stitch this all together, but maybe he can insert those in like right now or something.
Now you guys have 12 minutes for
12 minutes, y'all. Holy
put up the timer.
The game is about 6 to 8 hours. I think I beat it in like 5 or 6.
Damn.
Dude, you can beat it in 1. You can beat it in 1.
Your wife like starts out being like, hey, I'm pregnant, we're gonna have this nice dinner, all that stuff. While that is happening, this cop comes to your apartment and is like, your wife is under arrest for the murder of her father 8 years ago. And everyone is just like, what the fuck? What's going on? What's happening? Oh, I don't know. This isn't right. You have the wrong people. Maybe about halfway through, it starts to get a lot more complicated of all the stuff you need to do. And I think there is one particular part in the game. There's one particular thing you need to do to advance in the game that I think a lot of people are gonna be stumped on.
My thoughts of the game are that for the first part of it, or a bit more than the first half of it, I was like going I like this. I like trying to figure out these problems. I like figuring out the story. And then that's the high, then it would go low to, oh God, what do I do? So yeah, the end of it, I don't know why they thought that was a good idea. They put something in there that, first of all, to put it in there it was gonna be controversial.
The ending of this game, holy shit. My name is Kyle Springer, and I am joined by Ignacio Rojas.
Hey.
All right, let's get into spoilers and stuff like that. Ignacio.
Yep.
So here's the thing. We mentioned, or I mentioned, there's one thing that I think people are gonna get tripped up on, and not necessarily figure out. And you were like, I don't know exactly what that is.
Yeah.
For me, that was the light switch. Do you know what I'm talking about with the light switch?
I do not know exactly what. I know how it works. I used the light switch multiple times.
You have to
it
led
beat
me
the
game.
To one of my. It led me to a moment where I laughed hard.
Yeah. So the game does a really good job of letting you know what to investigate, and your wife keeps saying like, oh, I forgot to call the landlord about that damn light switch. And it's the light switch in the bedroom, and when you turn it on, it shocks you.
Yep.
What I think a lot of people aren't gonna figure out, except by complete luck, is that if you turn the light switch on, turn it off, and then turn it on again, it will shock you to the point where it knocks you unconscious.
Yep.
I couldn't figure that out. I had no idea that's what you were supposed to do.
Okay, that's funny because I never thought about it. I just stumbled onto it because I figured I figured that I needed a way to take the wife out of the equation. So I of course figure out that, hey, if I take the pills, put them in a cup, give them water, give it to her, she just goes straight to sleeping. So what I did was I'm gonna hide, because I was trying to pretend like there was no one there. I took away the candles, turned off the lights, whatever. So I hid.
Yeah.
And so he goes in, goes to the bathroom. Hey, is anyone out there? Then he goes to the bedroom. Well, I don't remember what he says. Like, what's going on? Turns on the light. Bah! And I'm like, what? What happened? I go out and the guy is knocked out.
See, that's so lucky, because that's not what happened with me. The first handful of times I did that loop, he turned it on. He got shocked, but never got knocked out. He was just like, ow,
Oh,
and then went to go do this thing.
never had that.
So
I never had that.
Apparently what you have to do is to turn the light switch on at least once. And then when you give the wife the pills, she will turn it off when she goes in the bedroom.
Well,
and
yeah,
then when
she turns it on first.
when she goes in there.
Yeah, when she goes to look for the package, she turns it on, and that's where she says, we have to fix it.
I skipped the package. I would, when I restarted the loop, I would immediately take the cup that's right next to me, so she can't use that one. Then when she comes out, I get the pills and I put the pills in the cup that's on the counter. Because then when she gets up, she uses that cup to put water in and drink from. And then she'll go in the bedroom.
Yeah. That's interesting because I never had that problem, because what I would do was I grab the pills, grab the thing, and while setting up the table, I put the thing on the table.
Put it in
like
her
on
thing.
her side. That's why I always had to wait for her to go get the package. We start eating, and then had to wait for her to drink and then get his. And also,
interesting.
This led me to one of the moments where I laughed in the game. Was that so in the game you can annoy her, which later on I tried to do again, but I never could trigger it. But you can annoy her. So what she does is that she goes to the bedroom, she turns on the light, goes back, I think drinks a bit or gets her book, and then goes back to the bedroom, turns off the lights and whatever. So what I did, and it wasn't intentional, was that she did that. She turned on the light, she went to the sink. I went to the bedroom and I just turned it off. And so when she was like, she turns it on, and then she straight up dies. That kills her.
Yeah.
That kills her. I laughed so hard when that happened. It wasn't intentional.
I never killed her that way, but I did kill her with the knife to see if I could do that.
Did you shoot yourself at one point?
Another thing. What was that?
Did you shoot yourself at one point? Take the gun and just
commit suicide? I never shot myself. No. I did shoot the cop. So.
I did that once, and one of the things that I liked about the game was that there are so many ways to reset the loop that he'll comment on it when he comes back. And one of the things that happens is that, so I failed the loop, but the guy I think was unconscious, so I took his gun. The wife was dead, so what I did was just I tried to see if I can kill myself. I did that. He picks up the gun, shoots himself, and instead of just dying, he starts bleeding out. It takes a while for him to die, and so when he comes back to the loop, he'll mention how I can't even like kill myself the right way, because it wasn't intense that he started bleeding out.
Wow.
So that's one of the shadows that I want to give, because there are so many ways for him to die, and he'll react so many ways when he starts back up of the different ways he dies. And also one thing that I want to bring up is that I'm assuming you tried to stab the guy at some point.
Yes.
Take the knife and stab him.
Yeah.
So I did that multiple times, and I like how it felt like the more I did, the longer he went. Where at the first one,
interesting,
he would just go for the stab, block him, and then punch him. And I felt like the more that I kept going, the last one that I did was very much a struggle, where I went, he tried to punch me, but I blocked him, kept going and blocked him, whatever. Eventually he still knocks you out. But that's cool. A detail that I like.
Yeah. Before we get to the major twist, I think the last thing I want to mention that really frustrated me was there was a loop that I did where I put the wife to sleep with the sleeping pills. And then I went and I got the pocket watch and I put that out on the table.
Oh, okay.
Thinking when I hid in the closet and he came in, he would see it and just be like, huh.
I considered doing that at one point.
Yeah, and then he would take it and leave. He at first didn't take it, didn't see it, and then was about to leave the apartment, found me, arrested me, and then like proceeded to kill me, and then took the thing. I was just like, what? Why didn't you just take the thing? It was right there.
It's there. He doesn't have peripheral vision.
Yeah,
I thought
know,
of doing
but,
that at one point, but I never did.
Yeah. But yeah, so we have to talk about this twist, this whole thing, because I at one point was like, well, maybe the cop is like the wife's father or something
I thought that
like
he was
that.
the brother.
Yeah, what was the long lost brother somehow, some way?
He mentions when he says, I only listen to my daughter and my mother, and my mother's dead. I thought that he was the son because of that.
Yeah, I definitely thought that too. And then, like, I have to say, like, 5 seconds before they, like, legitimately say that the husband and wife are brother and sister, I was like, oh shit, they're brother and sister. And they
really?
Like,
that's how you figured out. For me, so like I mentioned in the podcast, there's a point where you think, okay, I beat the loop. We figured out, we made up, the guy is okay with us, he lives it, or whatever. Now he mentions that happens the first time, I think. Then of course, it doesn't cut the loop. I did it again, and the guy mentions now that I cannot remember the name of the nanny is Sunflower. So the next loop, I remember that the baby thing has a flower on it. So I thought, oh, this might be connected to it.
Yeah.
And if you notice, the flower pot that is on top of the drawer doesn't have any leaves, as opposed to the beginning that it had. So I thought, okay, it must be a connection I might have to, this is a point and click adventure kind of like game. So maybe if I add the one thing with the flower, it will do something. So I do that. I pick up the package. I open it. I select it. And then he says, it has my mother's name. And that's when I clicked, oh my God, he's his brother.
Yeah, because like there was a time when I went back to like, all right, what if I have dinner with the wife again? Like, is there some kind of new information that I can get? And yeah, they mentioned that they were naming the baby after his mom and stuff like that. And then when it hit me that they were brother and sister, I was like, I should have known this like 10 minutes ago. Like, God damn it. I missed it. But yeah, that was fucking wild. But here's the thing that I don't get. If they were half brother and sister, the thing that messed me up and screwed with my mind is the cop is their dad, right?
That's one of my problems with the game is that once you get to the twist, it feels like they try to make it add up, but I feel like it doesn't because when you first discover it,
I got so lost.
Because when you first discover it, it takes you now to a different part where the guy is interrogating you, but it's in a whole different part. And so I'm so confused because it is Willem Dafoe, it is you, James McAvoy.
It's the same.
You're talking about her. Like he knows that the daughter is pregnant now, and they're talking about a secret. And so I'm so confused then because okay, so that's Willem Dafoe, but that's the father. But how does the cop figure into this whole thing? And then I thought, okay, so there's a point where you fight him, and no, that's in the next one, in the one with the light, where you fight him and then you knock your head, and that he kind of like it's like kind of he forgets why he's there. And so I was so confused because I feel like there are 3 different versions of that one same scene. Like they are trying to make it add up, but I feel like in the end it doesn't clearly add up. That's one of my problems.
It really doesn't, because what I interpreted it as is that she shot her father for being an abusive asshole. He didn't die, though she thought he did. That's when the father interrogates you, being like, hey, I know you have a crush on my daughter and stuff like that. And then that's when you fight him and kill him. And then down the road, the father loses his hair, becomes bald, and becomes this guy that is like trying to stop you.
The father is like loses his memory.
This cop who I don't think is actually a cop.
Just like you, where James McAvoy thinks he is a different person. Did dad also think that he's a different person?
But that's the thing, that the book that the wife is reading is on like Zen meditations and stuff like that, and it's about like I don't remember the exact quote, but it essentially is about like letting go and forgetting things. And so I think you have the option to have the dad, when he's bald, like erase your memory of the stuff that you
he kind of brings it up.
Yeah, but then it's like, well, if he erases your memory, did he also erase the wife's memory? But then did he erase his memory? Because they're not clear on that. Because then wouldn't he recognize you guys?
Okay, like, so either way, she's still pregnant. She still has his kid.
Right, yeah.
So is he just going to go on not know that he has a kid?
Yeah, or just... was the father now okay with them being together as long as they didn't know that they were brethren? Like I just got completely lost. It didn't make sense, and I was just like, this is not good. Like
also, I think that it was
apart.
such an unnecessary twist, where I think that the game could have easily ended. Like I said, you made peace with the guy. I think that it could have ended there. I don't know why. That's my thing, where I mentioned in the podcast that you think, okay, I'm driving the car, I'm getting close to the end of the road, and then someone just junks the steering wheel to the side with the whole revelation that they are siblings. So unnecessary.
No idea, man.
Yeah.
Unnecessary, indeed.
I mentioned it in the podcast how, like I said, I finished the game. I thought that I had finished the game. I did a loop again. Figure that they are brother and sister, did the whole thing with the first one, which is you're being interrogated but the room is dark. I did that one whole thing and I thought, okay, so do I have to do that same thing again? I have to go through the whole loop again to just get there and pick a different option when you're being interrogated. So that's when I went to YouTube to look at walkthrough, and so it was so weird to me that the true ending, not the true ending, but the true ending. Well, I guess the true ending too, but it's just, you start the loop again. You just have to go straight to the watch, and that triggers the ending.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, how did you trigger it then?
I only did the ending that once. The stuff of and like that's the thing. It just completely lost me.
But did you watch the credits? Did you see any credits?
Yeah.
Okay, so after that, the guy is all alone in this apartment, right?
No, it depends on what you pick. That's there are multiple endings there. Because I think.
Wait, so how did you trigger it?
The ending gives you options, like two text options. There's a secret third one if the book, but also if you don't pick the text stuff, just don't click stuff.
Oh, okay.
And it will be like, okay, so I guess you're choosing to like go back and just forget things and stuff like that.
The book one is what I'm calling the true ending. It has longer credits. Wait, so how did you get there then?
It was once he knew that the name was a flowery name. You present him with the baby clothes as he mentions that.
Okay.
And that's when they kind of figure it out, and then it goes to, I think, the flashback where you kill the father, and then I think I had to do that loop, I think, once more to then get into the thing where the bald man is like, do you want to like be by yourself or continue this or forget thing? And I just, by that time I was just like, I don't know what's happening.
Wait, so you got to the room that is it's light up during the day.
Yes, I got two like scenes where the father was interrogating me. One with he had hair, and then one when he was bald.
Well, one is in the darkness. It's nighttime, and the other one's daytime.
I believe so.
Yeah. So weird because all you had to do was just go pick up the watch, and you will cut to the straight shot of the watch ticking back, going backwards.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, when I picked up the watch in the main game, if the wife could see me, she'd get annoyed.
Yeah, she'd get annoyed. She'd
leave. Yeah, but I don't know. I just thought the ending of this game made it fall apart and was unnecessary.
The ending is the most tragic part. I think that again, had the game ended with them figuring stuff out, we're cool now. I think that you getting there is a very cool way, because I like how, to me, you basically had two, I don't know, let's call it worlds. One where I did the thing of knocking the wife out, having the guy do the flip thing and whatever, and him, you tie him up, and then you interrogate him. I had that one, and then the other one is you with the wife talking to her, figuring stuff out with her, and then having the guy talking to the guy. And I like going in between those two words where, okay, so you told me this one thing, so I'm going to now interrogate the guy and have this new information. Okay, now the guy told me this thing. I'm going to do in the next one, I just going to talk to you and figure stuff out. I like that thing. But the ending made it fall apart. Again, if it had just ended with, we're cool, we figure stuff out, okay, ended there, it would have been so much better.
Oh well, but that's what we got. That's 12 minutes. I enjoyed a lot of it. It's a great Game Pass game.
It is a Game Pass game.
I still say go check it out.
Yeah, if you have Game Pass, for sure check it out.
Yeah, but
it is a Game Pass game.
There you go. With that, though, we are going to get out of here. We will be back next week with more crossplay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Bye.